time you came in. That's some Chinese shit right there. You know I don't need that. I'm too smart for that. Good. I was about to say if there was a damn UK plug, I'm about to be pissed off. Wires. Stand for the remote control. Look at the like a Sunday day. Look at that right there. The remote. And that's big. Look at that. Damn, I didn't think it would be that big. I heard you can actually get better wire to make it sound better. That's the stand for the thing. Wow. Wow. Dude. Damn, this shit is heavy. Like a sunbow day. Look at that back there. Oh, that's a fingerprint magnet. Wow. Wow, look at that. It's freaking awesome. That's huge, y'all. That's huge. To be honest with you, I didn't think it would be this big. Look at that big heatsink on it. And I will be using optical in for this. Wow, look at this big massive 10-inch. Look at these big passive radiators. That is freaking huge. This mug got spots on it. I'm about to see. Must be from the box. Wow, look at that. Edifier Z906 Z623. You can tell how much bigger. Just straight up big. Like studio speakers. Fucking huge. Alright, now this is the Z906 remote. A little more control with it. It's the S730 remote. It's pretty sweet. I wonder, does this come off? I don't know, cause it's not slick when I bought it. I think this come off. I don't know if I keep that on there. And then this is the itty bitty remote. There we go. I want to see if my phone. Yeah, there we go. Look like it has more functionalities on this remote than it does with this remote. Now when I cut this on, it does have the same thing. It has Dolby Digital and DTS. This does have it too. There go for the earphones. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Now just pay attention. Z906. It's like, look how much taller it is. Just look at it. Look how much bigger that is. And this is actually bigger than the Z5500. If you ever seen the videos on YouTube, I think his name is Tap Bass. He does the S730 with the Z5500 bass test. You can actually tell this sits up higher than the Z5500, and it's also heavier. This box, it was 70 pounds, so it was pretty big. And you got the massive passive radiators on each side. But compared to this 906, look at that. When I had this, I thought it was the shit. But look at this right here. And then compare that to the Z623. Now, my whole story behind me putting a Kicker Comp 8 in there was because, believe it or not, this $154 system here, the Z623, actually sounded better. It hit it way harder than this Z906. And this was $399 if you go on Logitech store. $399 for this. And this was $154. This sounded way better than this high price system, which was some bullshit. But the main problem was the subwoofer. So that's the reason why I got a Kicker Comp 8. I paid $50 for this off of Amazon.com. But that was some straight up bullshit. You pay all that money, you suspect it to be good. You shouldn't have to put aftermarket, product in it to make it sound better. It should be like that. Now I hooked this up. I actually unboxed this last night. It's in the morning now. I actually hooked this up and played it, and it's phenomenal. What I can say is the sound different from the Z906 and the Z623 is that, port it to this, passive radiators. That's the difference. But the sound it's more crisp, it's more tight. The bass is, is on it. This, I don't know about Logitech, but it sound like they forcing the bass. How it's, it just rattles. It just go. This one keeps more in control of its bass, and it sounds way better doing it. This can walk that talk. But the main situation is if anyone have a Z623, they do not have an override on the amp. And so when you cut this up, you can have the bass on 100% and barely have the volume on 50. And you can smell the voice coil burning. The subwoofer like it's gonna blow up. That's the only situation that I have a problem with the Z623. Now, remind you, when I put this Kicker Comp 8 in, I cannot turn it up halfway. Like, I can have the bass volume on 100, but I cannot cut it halfway because it sucks up too much power and it'll actually kick it off. I have to cut the whole system off and cut it back on for the subwoofer to kick back on. But I haven't blasted this up fully all the way because it's still in that transition period that it needs to break in. So it might not sound as good right now, but wait till that kick in period come in and it'll sound way better. But just look at the size of this. This is amazing. I think this is actually the hugest one because it's way bigger than the Z55. Let me remind you, this is made out of plastic. This is a plastic covering. This is wood, and it's heavier. Now, let me remind you, this is glossy, so it's fingerprint magnet. and it's easy to get scratched up. You can scratch this up real easy, I bet. Just by looking at it, I can tell the texture of it. Fingerprint magnet is easy to scratch. And this is a removable cover. But that's another situation, is it's just a one voice, you know, it's just a one speaker tweeter. This one has its own little 3.5 inch mid-range with a tweeter. And that's the other thing I noticed when I played this last night, is it's more crisp, you know. It have its own little mid-range subwoofer here, and it sound damn good. When I play this in the Z623, well, the Z623, it's actually, I think the satellites sound better than the Z906 if you ask my opinion. Because when I play this, I do have a titanium S5 sound card, because I did have the Z906 on an optical, and it sound like, well, when I play it, like these scream, it's like they're screaming, and I already have bass like full in it. But when I have my Z623, you know, they sound crisper. They have more bass with them. When I play the Z623 satellites over playing, you know, the Z906. Now let me bring this on over here. I'm gonna show y'all a little difference. It looked the same, but I think that's aluminum. I can't remember. Could be wrong. But this actually hits harder. Just, you know, speaker difference. Turn the subwoofers off. Actually sounds better. But when I play these, like, crazy. And it has a cover. But the only flaw is it take up a lot of room. But what I'm actually going to do, when I hook all this back up, like this will be 1,000 watts. 500, 300, 200. It'll be 1,000 watts on my computer. But what I was going to do is, since I'll have 9 satellites on top of my computer desk, I'm going to get rid of the center, because I always use, it sounds better in 4.1. Do not use it in, what's it, the 3D or whatever. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, 3D. It does not sound better in 3D. If you put this on 3D, it's going to sound like shit. I always keep it on 4.1. It sounds way better on 4.1. But that's the only difference. Okay, just note I'm using my iPhone 5, so I don't know if you'll be able to pick up the bass, but it sounds damn good. I don't know how really good you can pick up the sound on it, but trust me, it's really good. Really sound really good. I would recommend it. I would recommend the Edifier S730. Go company.